Listen, these games are all tough, and it doesn't matter, who you're playing or how much time is left. It's just like these games can be the last few minutes, like that. So, yeah, it was a tough second half, and then they turned into a game at some point, kind of like that, and it was at 0. So we got to give a lot of credit to the defense. They just moved the ball down there in the first drive, but they ended up settling for a field goal, and then you got to give it to a field goal team. I mean, field goal block team. The defense did a great job in the second half, and make it feel like a game. Yeah, yeah, it's hard. I mean, just put yourself in that position. I mean, you can't deny it. It is it's I said it from the very beginning. When the city's been unbelievable. Um, my teammates have been unbelievable, like in terms of just embracing me on this football team. So it's all been great, and it makes it that much more special, to be able to come in and play some football.
You went so well in that first half. You mentioned you went touchdown pass to run for the second one.
Yeah, listen, I mean, we just seemed to have some room out there. We were moving around scrimmage. I felt like a little bit when we handed the ball off, and in the passing game, there was some space out there, and guys made good plays when they got the ball in his hands. And when he approached third down, and he put the ball deep underneath, and he goes, who knows how long, and um, it's pretty cool when you get a guy the ball 5 yards down the field and get a 35-yard gain.
What was kind of the Raiders? I mean, I know Maurice play. I mean, within a couple hours of the game, what was sort of the adjustment? You guys, what was that kind of pregame conversation?
You could see that. You could see the wide receivers coach getting with all those guys and making sure that they had man to man. I threw one pass to him in warm-ups, and then he didn't take anymore. And I was like, nobody said anything. Obviously, you just have to warm up before the game. Like, I wonder what that means. Don't think it's good, but who knows? Maybe he's just going to go in and he feels like, yeah, I'll just get ready inside the locker room. And then somebody said to me, hey, it's like having this person, this higher person. So I'm really hot. It's a shame. Elijah bringing that tackle that almost went goal, but he stepped up and goals. It just gives guys opportunities to step up and show what they can do. So, Amari's doing a great play. I'm excited for him. But I heard nothing but good things as I was coming in from a couple of the guys that I've played with here, and I really didn't feel anything but that either. You could feel these guys had a lot of energy and still had a lot of belief. I think at that point they had already dealt with a pretty good amount this year, and they had gotten through it. So that builds that kind of character and that energy around those guys. So it's a special group of football players in there, and I think they've been holding their heads up high the whole time. So it's really been nothing but that.
Johnny, it was a big scream, and then a huge fist pump after that touchdown to Elijah. Like, you just describe some of your emotions when you throw those touchdowns.
I don't know. I mean, you just lose control of yourself a little bit in the moment. It's an unbelievable game. The crowd out there was just amazing. When you're in the arena like that and you just have all those people and you're doing it with your teammates, and I don't know, you're pushing towards a win to get you into the playoffs. Like I said, I think you kind of lose control of yourself a little bit, but it's just so much fun.
Joe, you played a lot of big games over the years, but describe the feeling clinching a playoff berth in front of that crowd that hasn't experienced a lot of playoff football over the years.
Yeah, it was special. I mean, this is obviously a very unique situation for me, so a lot of different emotions are going through my head, and just the city's been so unbelievable, and you can tell how hungry they are for good football, and they've been getting it all year. And I mean, it makes a difference to go out there and play in front of a crowd like that week in and week out. So like if we can continue to play good football and these guys can continue to show up like that, I mean that's just how you build an organization, year after year after year. And this city, you can just tell like they love football, and it's special going out there and playing for them.
Joe, can you talk about, it was kind of a cool scene to see you being followed by four little Flacco number 15 jerseys, and then, you spent some time out there on the field with them. How cool and special was it for you to be able to share this with, with your family and have
Yeah.
them here?
Yeah, I mean, you don't know how many of these moments you're going to get. Not too many people get the opportunity to have kids as old as mine and that understand what's going on. Get to witness this, and I think it's cool for them, but ultimately it's really cool for me. I'm going to remember this for the rest of my life, and it just anything that you get to do with people that you love, especially your children, they just make everything that much more special. So
Joe, 6 weeks ago you didn't have a team. Now you're leading one into the playoffs. When you step back and think about it, how surreal is this moment for you?
yeah, I don't want to step back yet. I mean, obviously we're going to have a 3-day weekend here where I'll probably get a chance to, but I want to try to stay in the moment as much as possible. Every now and then you get a couple, like right now, it's already midnight. I mean, but you'll get a couple hours here before I fall asleep that you'll kind of get to lay around and think about how cool of a night it was. And hopefully I can I'll try to let those 2 hours linger as long as possible so I can enjoy it a little bit. Because by the time you wake up the next day, you're like, okay, that felt good, but we got to start to move on a little bit.
Joe, a couple of third down conversions. Just talk about how important those were, especially to keep some of those drives alive and eventually score off of them.
Yeah, I don't remember all of them, but I know the first one we had was third and pretty long. And, they dropped back, and I was willing to just take the check down to Dave. And you can see as soon as he caught the ball, like he had some acceleration going towards the left. And I'm like, oh, man, he's going to get this. And not only did he get it, he got who knows how much more. So it's just you got to remember sometimes your job as a quarterback is just to get the ball in somebody's hands and make good decisions and then let everything else happen from there. And that's kind of what happened on a few of those.
Joe, that touchdown pass, the second one to Jerome, where you kind of roll out. At what point did you sort of make the decision? I mean, did it sort of?
I think I actually tucked the ball. I was ready to run. I think I peeked behind me to make sure I didn't get stripped again, like I did a few weeks ago. And then I was ready to run. And then all of a sudden he kind of popped into my vision. And I remember as I threw it, I looked over and I could see the yard marker, like the line of scrimmage. Because as I was letting it go, I was pretty sure, but I wasn't 100%. So when I looked to the left, I was like, okay, yeah, I was definitely behind it. And that was good. What a run. What a run to get in the end zone. It just seemed like when he got down got down to like the 10-yard line there, he made a couple people miss and then just barreled his way in the end zone. So that was awesome. All right, guys. Thank you.
describes just how that felt to share that with the fans at the end and to enjoy that just celebration?
No, I mean, it felt good. Felt good. Got a lot on my mind. Been dealing with some things that I really haven't been able to sit down and contemplate or like almost even accept. But just trying to be in the moment, just trying to take in this blessing that it is to be in the playoffs. With a great team, great group of guys, and filled with men with passion and ambition.
You talking football stuff that you got on your mind, or outside of football?
Nah, it's, lost a loved one. Lost him on Christmas night. I heard on the next day, and I just haven't really known how to deal with it. Just talk to my siblings, my mother, making sure that she was okay. It was her brother, and just dealing with how it's been affecting me physically and emotionally. I don't know, I'm not one to really wear it on my face too often, but it's taking its toll in different ways, and just keeping my head to the sky and trying to stay focused. I know that's what he wanted me to do, and that's what my mother wanted me to do.
How much does having the team around you, being able to sometimes go into the locker room, has it helped you to kind of, as you're trying to, deal with all of those emotions?
It's always nice to have a group of guys that surround each other, especially when something's going wrong with one of the individuals, because we're all in this together. We preach being a family and a brotherhood, and they showed it throughout. We've had different guys with things that have been going on in their lives and in their families, and they treated me no different. Just putting their arms around me and making sure I'm okay.
You're such a close-knit family. I'm sure this was somebody that had a profound impact on your childhood and your growing up years and even your career, I'm guessing, right?
I was there at Thanksgiving, sitting on the couch, having fun, laughing, just being his regular self. Had a procedure, heard everything went well, and just day after Christmas, to get a call from my brother, and I couldn't believe it, and still hard to believe, and I was speechless then. Now, I really just don't know how to put it into words now. It's just left me with and I've had headaches just daily, just because I don't know how to handle it emotionally. So it just comes out in different ways, just pains and I feel like sometime in the fall.
Did you feel that way during the game?
I just felt a little bit a little bit of lack of focus, I was in the fall, just trying to make sure that I was focused on the task at hand, but it was just difficult. And I'm not gonna make excuses for anything that I did, or not playing up to my standard or our standard, but it's just gotta overcome. That's what this year's been about: overcoming adversity and resilience, and everyone's facing it in their own way, and now I've got to be able to do it my own, just as well as many others have.
How do you allow yourself to celebrate this team accomplishment while you're going through it?
I got some family here that was able to make it. Got friends here who have come, knowing that not only is it a big game, but they want to put their arms around me and make sure I'm okay, and know that they want me to know that they have my back, and I think that's the most important thing, is that I know that they're here for me, and I'm one to kind of bunker in, shelter up. I'll deal with this on my own. Let me just get out of it. It's like being kind of in a funk. No, just let me handle it on my own. But I know that's not healthy, and they know me well enough to see those tendencies and try to help me anyway. And I think that's big, to have friends that know what you need and when.
You talked before about your own personal growth, about being more open to reaching out and knowing, when for help, and whether it's football, whether it's whatever. I mean, how much is that own personal growth? Are you, kind of leaning on that also, during this time?
I mean, maturing is knowing, not only that you need help, is but when to ask for it. And I'm not prideful enough to say I don't need help or I don't need someone to lean on at times. And I've a family that I've leaned on, but some people around here have also reached out a helping hand, someone to be a rock or just a listening ear, because I'm not one to spill out emotionally. I'll keep it inside, just like my dad will. We're ones to just kind of just soak it all in and not let everything show. And it's got to come out in some form or fashion. And I got friends to help me kind of expel those things.
So how much of a bittersweet moment, I mean, were you able to enjoy and embrace some of the celebration with the fans afterwards, or did you have a heavy heart throughout that whole part of it?
Sometimes you gotta put on a little bit of a mask, and even though you don't want to, I'm happy for my teammates, and that's honest and true, and that'll always be how I feel, because this team, it's unlike any other. I'm always proud to be a Brown and be a part of a special organization, but I know that feeling how I feel, this doesn't feel right without CJ hearing him. I know, even though he's watching, it's just a little bit different. It's not the same.
I know you said you leaned on your teammates, but did you have conversations with Kevin or any of your coaches that you're close with, just as you process and go through this?
A little bit. They wanted to give my space, but I talked to Kevin a little bit, and Jim offered to sit down, but I was, just said it's not the right time. Just want to, try to, kind of push to the side for a little bit, so giving me space to focus on the game. And mother was, saying the same thing. She's pushing through, and she's taking it as well as she can. She's getting everything in order, and I knew I had to, kind of do the same thing. I have a job to do, and in a way, she does, and she did as well. And so I'm just trying to be as strong as she is in this situation.
You say you're one to typically bunker down and keep to yourself. Why share this here with us?
I think getting it off my chest is kind of like the best medicine. I also didn't want to my teammates, if they saw me walking off the field, to feel like I wasn't proud or happy of what we accomplished and achieved tonight. And it's not indicative of how I truly feel, because I love this moment and how far we've come and how far we plan to go. But I just felt like this was more of a message to them than to y'all, that I'm so proud of this team and so appreciative of all the brothers that I have. And I couldn't do it without them. And just continue to have my back, and I'll have theirs. When push comes to shove, I'll have it just as much or even more.
Myles, I'm hearing you talk about it. Was there ever a moment where you thought maybe we didn't want to play today, or did that never even cross your mind?
I kind of left it up to my mother, and if she needed me, I'd have been gone in a second. And football's great. I love this team, love the Browns, but I only got one mom. I'm hopefully gonna have many more games, many more years, but I was just the only one CJ, and there's only one mom. And if she needed me, I'm always gonna be there for her, just like she is for me.